Recently, your child said, Mommy, I want to be an actor. And you are like, okay, baby, let's do it. You about to make it happen. And so you dive in trying to figure this whole acting world out. You're scrolling all times of the night. And finally, you stumble upon a casting call that sounds perfect for your child. They're looking for children ages 3 to 12, multiple ethnicities. You're like, okay, this is the one. You click on it, and all of a sudden, you're just baffled. Like, what are they talking about? What do they mean local? What do they mean non union? What do they mean usage fee, percentages? Like, what does all of this mean? If casting calls have got you confused, then today is the day that you are going to get clarity because I'm going to be walking you through how to use AI in order to demystify these casting calls. Because if you've been in this world at all, you already know that it feels like a secret society, and us actor parents have a hard time breaking in. Well, that ends today. Welcome. I am Erica Terry, and like you, I am on this journey with my own daughter. Now, we have been here a few years. She's been training, she's been in a film, she has an agent that she signed with, she's an author. We've co authored children's books together. She spoke on stages, presented at school. So we've been doing a lot, but I have been where you are. And honestly, I'm still learning myself. But as I discover new things, I'm going to be sharing them with you, as well as sharing casting calls and other tips and strategies that not only help your child to be a successful actor, but that helps you to remove that financial pressure by creating multiple streams of income that go beyond bookings. That way, your child doesn't have to feel like they always have to book jobs to bring money into the home. That is not what we are creating here, not a pressure filled journey. We want our children to have peace. We want them to enjoy their childhood and still be able to pursue their dreams of being an actor without the pressure. And so, if that's the dream, the vision that you have for your child, let's jump in right now and talk about how you can understand and gain clarity on casting calls. Now, before I walk you step by step through how I demystify casting calls, let me just say this. As first year actor parents, I know that casting calls can lead to confusion. It almost feels like they're a test and nobody gave you the study guide for. But on the inside, you're like, I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to make my child miss opportunities. If you've been feeling like that, I just want you to know that you are not alone. That is a normal feeling to have. And I want you to just brush that aside. Know that you are not failing. You are doing the work. You're right here, right now, trying to learn. And on top of that, you're not going to miss any opportunities for your child. What God has for you is for you. And so that door is going to open for you. Trust and believe that it will. All right. So now what I want you to do is just shake off that feeling and instead get ready to open up ChatGPT, because I'm going to walk you through how you can use AI to help you understand any casting call that comes your way. So let's head over to it right now. As an actor parent, I cannot tell you the number of times a scenario has come up and I'm like, what do I do now? That is what inspired me to create the exact prompt guide that shows you how I handle those situations. And so our What Do I Do Now prompt guide includes 62 curated ChatGPT prompts that I have used myself. And each one of these prompts is going to help you to overcome that confusion or that frustration that you might be feeling in that moment. And so today we are going to look at our very first prompt, because this might be the first time that you've had to say, what do I do now? How do I understand this casting call? Put it in plain English for me. Now, the very first step that you're going to want to take is setting up the prompt so that when you put information in, it'll give you responses that are tailored specifically to meet the needs of your child and your family's unique situation. And so when we go into Chat GPT, you'll probably notice that mine has already started working because these are prompts that I actually use. And so for this first one, when you come across a casting call and you don't understand everything in it, for example, I'm on Casting Networks. I come across this untitled animated preschool action show, and it is for Nick Jr. Digital. I'm like, okay, that's definitely something that, I would be interested in my daughter being in. And so it's 4 siblings. They're ninjas in training. I'm like, okay, they defend New York City. Let's go. Let's go. And as I keep looking down, I'm like, okay, this one is, a principal role. What does that mean? The person has to be 8 to 12. Okay, my daughter fits in there. It's non-union. Like, what does that mean? $500, 10% per session. Like, what does all of this mean? And so, in order to figure all of that out, I'm not about to spend hours on Google. Instead, I'm going to head over to ChatGPT and copy this information into it. And so I'm going to copy and paste the casting information into it. But before I hit that send button, I'm going to go to the prompt guide. I'm going to find the prompt that goes with this one, and that's prompt number 1. And then from there, I am going to copy the prompt, which is basically saying, okay, you are an assistant that is helping me explain this casting call to me in simple, plain English. And so I'm going to paste that prompt, and then I'm going to hit send. And it is going to walk me through step by step all of the information that I need to know. So what is this project? It's an animated preschool action web series for Nick Jr. Digital. From there, the role that I was specifically interested in for my daughter was Amber, 8 to 12. So it's telling me that, she has to sound 8 years old. Principal, what does that mean? That means that this is a main character, not just a one-line part. And so they're giving me more information about Amber. From there, what are they actually asking for? So they want a real child performer, check. They want a black girl who can sound 8, check. They want someone who can record either from home studio or possibly in New York. Well, we can do home studio, check. They want a child that can bring energy, personality. Got that, check. This is a self-tape virtual audition. Got that. All right. So then from there, I'm like, what does that pay mean? So it means $500 for each recording session. Oh, so this is more than a $500 job. And then it says 10%. If the child has an agent, my child does, the agent would take 10%. Okay, that's, reasonable. From there, the work dates are February 23rd to August 31st, which likely means multiple recording sessions over several months. Okay. And then what matters in this audition? And this is so important because as a parent, you want to be able to explain to your child when you're doing a self-tape, like these are the things that casting would be looking for. And so this is what we want to pick up on. And inside of our prompt guide, we have an entire section that is dedicated to that. And so if you are, trying to figure out the whole self-tape thing, trying to figure out, the emotion, the character, what the character wants, all of that is in our prompt guide. But for today, we are focused on understanding what's in this casting call. And so it's saying that, personality in the voice, she needs to sound bright, having clarity, energy, a natural kid sound, comedic timing, like all of this is important. And then it's going to give you some additional suggestions to identify if this casting call is for you. And so, for example, does she love, being front and center because this is a principal role? Does she enjoy being on set? Is she confident? All of that good stuff. And so from there, you can, continue working with ChatGPT, of course, to decide, is this something that's realistic for you guys? How can you approach the audition? But you now have clarity on what this casting call means. How much you're going to get paid, where it is, what type of role it is. And so as you can see, if you've been feeling confused about casting calls, this one prompt will totally change how you move, how you operate. And it'll make it so much easier for you to choose those opportunities that are truly a good fit for you and your family. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you want more tips and strategies on how to handle those moments when you're like, well, what do I do now? Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and most importantly, join us inside of our free community, Actor Parent Studio. You can grab that link right below. All right, I can't wait to meet you. I'll see you on the inside.